Welcome to the Advised Show, media with the common sense approach. So you have a police sergeant going to Subway to get him a meal, and you have this thug that's working at Subway decides to poison the police officer's drink, and the police officer end up going to the hospital being poisoned with methamphetamine and THC. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Business causes a lot of us to eat out every single meal, and so something like this is incredibly terrifying.
A lunch run for a Layton police sergeant turned into a frightening fast food experience.
I don't use the word terrifying lightly. It's scary.
In uniform, in his police cruiser, the sergeant made a stop here and, like anyone else, ordered a meal through the drive-thru window.
Shortly after taking his first drink, he immediately started feeling the effects of just something. That
something had taken hold of the officer behind the wheel as he tried to make it back to the PD.
He was having a hard time maintaining his focus. He was having a hard time maintaining his body. His body was jerking.
What caused those side effects, police say, turned out to be a double dose of illegal narcotics inside his cup.
The drink tested positive for THC and methamphetamine.
According to investigators, this 18-year-old Subway employee is the one who slipped him the drugs.
We were able to view video surveillance of him pouring the drink. For some unknown reason, the individual leaves the drink on the counter and walked away for an unknown reason for a short period of time, returned to the beverage that still had its cap off, and then appeared to be leaning over the beverage for an unknown reason for an unusual amount of time.
A horrifying set of circumstances, Sergeant Clint Bobrowski says, for all officers who put on a uniform each day, not knowing if they too could become a lunchtime target.
We can obviously assume that it was because he was a police officer in a marked vehicle, but we don't know for sure.
All right, conservative media, you missed this story too? Or did you report it just on your websites and then say nothing more about it? You see, when people are actually doing things to cops, you say nothing about it at all. But once again, look at the suspect. Now, if it was Tyrone, and anybody else that poisoned this police officer drink, you wouldn't stop talking about it. You'll blame Black Lives Matter. You'll blame every group out there for saying the rhetoric and the narrative is causing this stuff, and the war on cops needs to stop. But when you have these white suspects, you don't say crap. It stays local. You don't say a word. See, this is the stuff that we're talking about. If it's not this stuff that's going on, it's also that white on white crime too. Because when white on white crime happen, you don't say nothing. When white on white crime happen, you're not trying to fix it either. But you tell black people we need to fix the crime in our community, and that you only respect us unless we respect ourselves. And that's what we say to you. We can only respect you until you respect yourself. I mean, look at this thug. I mean, he is poisoning police, poisoning them. All they're trying to do is protect and serve, like you tell us. If he would just follow the law and do the right thing, maybe he wouldn't have this issue that he has with police officers. But, even though this guy did this and they caught him on camera, I found people on the same website we got this from say, well, he probably got that way because of Black Lives Matter. I said, boy, you cannot accept responsibility for nothing you do. You poison cops, you don't accept responsibility. You kill cops, you don't accept responsibility. You bite the ears off, you don't accept responsibility for nothing. But black people got to accept responsibility for things they do and things they don't even do. You see how that stuff works? Like, these people don't ever, the thing they tell you, they cannot do themselves, brothers and sisters. So that's why when they tell you something, it needs to go in one ear and out the other. Until you do the thing you telling me in your own community, then come back and tell us something and we'll think about it. But, we do not hear no public outrage and no outcry. And when police officers are killed, which most of them have been killed by white suspects, we don't see flags at half staff. We don't hear anything about a conversation about police. See, these people don't care about police at all. Now, are these people going to go and send flowers to this police officer? Are they going to make sure he don't have to worry about no medical bills? No, they're not going to do that. But I guarantee you, if that police officer killed a black person, or they'll make sure he'd be good in a GoFundMe. You see, we just calling this stuff out like it is, because this stuff is wrong. Now, I don't agree with poisoning, hurting nobody. I don't care who you are about no color. But if we're going to talk about police and treating them right and a war on cops, let's talk about it all. Not just when it fits, your white supremacy. Let's talk about it when white folks do it too. Because we can't just keep missing these stories and only reporting the ones if Arabs or blacks or whoever else do it. Hit me up in the comments, future commentaries, subscribe.